It's Fighting Saints Weekly fans, and after a split weekend, there's tons of excitement on the way. 3 games in 3 nights this upcoming weekend. After the shutout loss in Waterloo, big 2 points in the win in Cedar Rapids, getting things back on the right track. 4 points behind the Rough Riders as of this weekend's action. Playoff spots basically not officially sealed up yet, but with Youngstown 9 points back of a playoff spot with just 10 games to go, that's going to be very, very difficult to really get back from. So at this point, it's time to start looking ahead. And the Saints have a very, very difficult task ahead. We'll get to that in just a second. But, of course, after the weekend, the shutout loss in Waterloo, you knew they weren't going to be swept this year. And Waterloo came out with really capitalizing on turnovers and coming up with a 3-0 win. Cale Morris, by the way, the Waterloo netminder, with 2 consecutive shutouts, which was pretty impressive. Then the trip into Cedar Rapids, of course, maybe capitalizing on a CR team that came back from Lincoln a night prior. That didn't seem to really, I suppose, affect the Saints in the grand scheme of things. They just rolled to a 4-1 victory over the Rough Riders. And aside from 2 instances, the Saints have led every game almost at every point. That season series is now tied at 2 apiece, with both teams winning on the road. It's pretty incredible to think about it that way. You can check these games out with the highlights right here, and we'll be right back to tell you about what's coming up this weekend. Take us through what all worked on Saturday.
We were just working hard Saturday, and we got back to playing the way that our line plays, and it worked out.
What is the way the line plays?
We got this attitude where nobody can take the puck from us, and we're going to outwork you every single time, and we're going to be the best line on the ice that night, or at least the hardest working.
Didn't get the result Friday, but you did Saturday. What was the difference between the 2 nights?
So, you need 20 guys every night to be in the game and focused, and Friday night we just didn't have that little extra oomph or that focus that we usually do have, and it happens, but Saturday night we regrouped, and it was nice to see that we can come back after the Friday night's game and really improve and beat CR, which was a huge game.
You get the goal and assist on Saturday night. You got it started 2 minutes and 5 seconds in. How big was that goal?
It was good. We had a rough night Friday night, so it was good to just bounce back and get a good start early.
You want to take us through the goal there?
Gerads made a nice play. He comes down the wall, creates separation, makes a nice pass to Keegan, and he had a good shot. It was a tap-in for me.
You got the assist on Collins' goal that really salted it away. And what did you see on that play coming down the wing?
The defender was coming up to hit me. Gerads luckily pushed him back as he was driving through the middle. Tyson found a good spot, and I kind of just threw it in his area, and he got a lucky shot. With
this upcoming weekend, you got 3-3 and big rivalry opponents coming up here. What's going to be the key to coming out on top?
We just gotta stay composed and continue to be hardworking, and just stick to the systems and do what we do best.
Of course, up next for the Saints is one of these 3 games in 3 night stretches. There will be 2 of these. Of course, there's this one. And then the beginning of April, there's going to be another one. That will be a gauntlet, but of course, we'll get to that when the time comes. This weekend starts Thursday. It's a bit rare to see that, but of course, Bloomington coming here on St. Patrick's Day, a 7:05 start right here against the Thunder, who have won 7 straight coming into this game's action. And of course, after beating Youngstown 3 times in a row, including a 10-1 drubbing a couple of weeks ago, that has set the tone for them to pick up that 4 spot. And while they've played more games than anybody else in the USHL right now, they look pretty safe in that spot, 9 points up on the Phantoms after basically torching them 3 times in a row. Then, of course, Friday, Cedar Rapids at the Stable again. And the grand scheme of things, it's going to be one of those games again. You know it. When Dubuque and Cedar Rapids get together, it's always fun. High-octane action. Cedar Rapids will, I suppose, in a way, be fresher for this one. And we'll see how the distribution goes with goaltending duties here this weekend. Very much expect both goaltenders get in the mix this weekend. We'll see what it's like at the Stable on Friday. We'd love to see you out there when the time comes. We had great fan representation out in Cedar Rapids this past weekend. Then Saturday, Waterloo comes to town. It's our superhero night. Come on out and see the Iowa League of Heroes, as well as on our YouTube channel. We're going to have a nice, fun video about that coming up in the next couple of days. But on Saturday, Waterloo coming to town. Saints looking for a little bit of revenge in this one after being shut out last weekend. Of course, we know what Waterloo's about. They're a bit different nowadays with the acquisitions that they made. Getting Sam McCormick, Ryan Lowen, and Garrett Metcalf from the Capitals. PK O'Hanley making his 11th transaction in the past 2 years to make this team core is what it is right now and trying to push forward for a playoff spot. Headed into the weekend's action, they hold the 4th playoff spot by 1 point. And that's where it stands right now. Huge weekend in terms of solidifying spots, jockeying for position. That's all going to be this weekend and a 3-3 upcoming. You can catch all the action right here on Thursday and Saturday. Call the box office 563-583-6880 or online at DubuqueFightingSaints.com. Or if you can't make it out to any of them, we'd love to see you out there in Cedar Rapids anyway. We'll have you all set to go on Super Hits 106. As always, yours truly on the call. Looking forward to this weekend. Plenty of rivalry games and plenty at stake as well, with just 10 games left in the regular season before the postseason dance is upon us once again. This has been Fighting Saints Weekly. Jordan Kuhn signing off. We'll talk to you next time, and we'll see you on the weekend. Till then.